Well, good day, folks. How are we doing over here, honey?
Oh, I'm going to fix a mess up.
A mess up? It's not a mess up.
It's a yummy mess up, okay? It's a yummy mess up. I could leave it the way it is, but I would like it a little better solidified.
Yeah, well, we went through. Now, we had gotten this pectin.
And I can't remember who said
I think it was Miss Cheyenne.
Oh, Cheyenne
Sellers. I think so.
I appreciate it. It's done some awesome jam.
But for whatever reason, these strawberries must have been very watery, because even putting extra in it, it didn't set up too good. So T's going to try and redo this with some more sugar. But anyway, you can see all the jars we got. It has been a bountiful year for your favorite fruit, isn't it, honey?
I still got a gallon of strawberries in the freezer.
Well, those will go into our shakes.
Those go in our shakes. But this is 2.5 gallons of strawberries.
2.5 gallons. So we're doing what we do. Got some zooks and stuff coming in, you see, and figured I'd catch up with you folks. Let's step out and just walk around. What are you doing, Midnight? You want to come in? No, you can stay out. And, see how things are going out here. As lots has happened, but it's been hectic. Again, I apologize for not being able to put up as much, but I think that's going to be a situation that continues. I'll do a short separate video on the pole mounts. As you can see, I've got them back in basically the same spot, and we did some modifications on that. I'll show you that. We got some stuff is growing. It's been real hard to take care of things, but this year has actually been a bit better in one aspect. For those of you who've been along for the ride for a bit, you all know that we've struggled with the pests here. And one of the things that we've been doing here this spring in our garden is making sure that we stay on top of, and here you go. Here you go. I see them right now. If we even see one of these little bastards right here, mush them down there. Okay, so we've been doing a lot of hand picking, and we've been doing the concoction, and I'll do another quick video on that. See, there's another one right there, and that's a pregnant mama. You can, oops, there you are. Uh-oh, my buddy's here, and I'll explain what we got a lot of wood here, but his side-by-side quit. I'll have to get up with him, and since I hear him coming down, we'll pick this up in just a second. All right. He goes bye-bye. That's my buddy. His side-by-side kind of broke down, but you got to keep at things, and we were just telling you about what's going on here. I replanted twice and found out some of my older seed isn't doing too great, but you can see, the little shoots right there. Let's see if I can get over here. The little corn. So this was all supposed to be popcorn, and that's all that came up the first go round. Now I planted and then replanted, and this go round you can see a few of them coming up here. You cannot give up on what's going down and the struggles that we're going to have. You cannot give up. You have to replant and replant and replant. Now, popcorn is a novelty, in my opinion, but we like it, so we're going to grow a bunch of it. What do you think, Shadow? And so we got all our pole mounts fixed. What do you say, duckies? Ronk, 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 ronk. That was gross. I hope you didn't hear that. One of the ducks took a crap and it was kind of wet sounding. Ew. Anyway, things are doing pretty good out here. And there's been a lot of good, how should I say, local. There's some, so the good, the bad, and the, I'm trying to come up with another word here. And the disgusting. The good, we've done some really nice crops. You can see we've harvested all of the garlic there, and actually managed to make connections with a local restaurant to offload a good bit of our supply of veggies, the abundance that we have. I got oh goodness, a tickle in my nose. So good things are happening on a local level. There are good people, and I'm going to tell you what, the conversations that are being had today that I'm having with folks is on a, what's that cute little saying, next level. It's on next level. Well, we're really getting in deep to some of the issues and things that are occurring. See, it's about time for me to dig up. Getting close to time. The leaves are starting to, but that was because we've been without rain since the storm. So May 21st, when we had the storm that took everything down, we haven't had any rain since until this morning, and this is barely 1/10 of an inch. So you can see it didn't barely just moisten the ground. So that's why those are coming up. So we're doing good. There's some seeds being planted when it comes to local communities that actually want to work together, as opposed to those who haven't quite got it yet, or don't like because back to what we've talked about months and years ago about how we've been divided, that even those who kind of got a clue still don't know how to work with their neighbors, and we're too picky. We're too, oh well, you said that and that didn't feel good, and we're not learning how yet. Some of us are, but I still see a lot of separation. Look at what, all right, so all my beans should look like that. You see how the rabbits continue to dine on the salad of my green beans. So there's good things that's happening. I've got some good working relationships with some of those that are very like mine to the high end of the scale, and that's great. Things around here are getting better. You can see we've been working on cleaning up old grandpa's stump right there. That tree, we just burned it all up right there to try and get rid of the stump, but the stump still didn't burn, even though it's completely hollow. Hey, we've got a little sun working through. Hey, Mittens. Say hello, Mittens. I'm out here talking, so they think it's time to get attention. Beautiful. I've got in the shop, I've got a guy that I've got to build a couple of hives for. They like the upgrades that I've done to the concepts that were, Dr. Leo's concept of the long hive, and the fact that I and another guy that I know in the bee club are using these. He's building his slightly different, but we're the only two that did not lose bees over the winter. How you like that? I've gotten 8 splits. We caught a bunch here in this tree, and they have all been sold. So I've got a bunch of materials, and oh my God, there's wood going up. I did have to buy some wood because there's some things I don't have access to in the way of wood. So I did buy some wood that's in the shop so I can build some more of these. T's gotten that painted. We've gotten a lot of things done. Finally got good grass growing in that paddock. That's really nice. Pulled up the garlic here, and we've planted nothing but Hubbard squash here. So I'm hoping to have a large enough harvest of Hubbard. Let's hope we keep getting some rain, so that I can have a crop to sell. Talk to we got a restaurant, like I said, that we're going to be supplying some growth, some stuff to, and they're trying to find local sourcing. These people who run businesses and are entrepreneurs, they're trying to locally source things, and that aspect is pretty good. So that's the good. The bad is as I stated, not everybody is completely figured out how we need to start working together. Even though a lot of people are awake, everybody's off on their own, doing their own thing, and only slowly are we coming together in a few critical places. What do you think, Mittens? And oh, I should walk around and show you. I should show you what my buddy brought over here and what we did. Set over here the Back to Eden production, and with us being able to really focus our time on being out here in the garden and taking care of things. Look how much lusher everything looks. I mean, way better than last year. And we have used our concoction. Like I said, I'll do a quick video on that separate for keeping the bugs off. This is virtually bug free, which is fantastic. They're bigger, they're healthier. I actually expect to get some cabbage this year, which I have missed out on my kraut. You know, that's the German half of me. I want my kraut, you know. And this is broccoli, but you can see the difference between the slightly newer leaves and the ones that we sprayed. And let's go take a look. Yesterday, he come up here with his Kubota. How you like my yarrow? Isn't that beautiful? All my yarrow. And, you know, the bad, I planted beans 4 times. And every time I planted, we'd get dumping rains and it would soak and rot the beans. These are chili beans, and they came up somewhat. But if you can see, the rabbit came through here last night and nibbled off a bunch of the leaves. It should be more bushy like those. Got some good zooks. Oh, and my crop of beets has been one of the best ones that we've had since we've been out of Montana. Beautiful stuff. So yesterday he brings over some logs, some stuff that he had, and he used his tractor to help stage them. So we got a nice pile of wood to work from, because I'm gonna have to use some of these logs to mill out some construction material, because I'm gonna use that to make the new pump house over our water tanks and our water pump, because the little box that we made, well, it's starting to rot away and we need to get that replaced. So lots of work to do. So beautiful stuff. My buddy who brought this, he is going to get from us through our friend who's in the bee club. They do quail, and so in my incubator now I've got another dozen, 18 or so. Yeah, give you some loving. 18 or so turkey eggs, because our hatch on those have not been that spectacular. And if you can see, we're down to 5, but those are 5 fairly healthy turkey chicks. And then I've got, way back in that corner back there are some more chicken chicks. Butchering time's coming for those 5 meat birds. We had 6, 1 didn't make it, and then I'm going to get rid of 4 ducks. So we're going to put some chicken, some ducks. We've already put some turkey. We're going to put a couple more of the older turkeys in, and we're going to replace and recycle. We got wood to cut on. We got all these good things are going on. But, you know, it's tough. It's tough. Most people don't gather well, I shouldn't say that. Let me rethink my words. A lot of people in this world do not gather the amount of work it takes to sustain themselves. And we've had that discussion before, but I see a lot of people changing. So there are things happening from an individual point. People are not standing together, so to speak, against the beast system that we've talked about. Let me sit down here. Such a pretty morning. I wish we had gotten more rain. We only got about 1/10 of an inch. More logs to cut. Oh, it's going to be so much fun to run these out. So, guy who helped me, he brought these here. And yes, we do have some friends staying with us. I always love my visiting friends. Hey, Shadow. He is going to get through me some quail, and we milled up a couple of these logs for lumber, like we did with all my stuff, so he can build some quail cages so that he can produce his own protein meats. Hey, Smokey, what you doing, buddy? You come over and say hi? That's my buddy. What was that for? Oh, it's funny. So yesterday we milled up. He got all the logs stacked, staged, ready to go on the mill, and he's got 2 weeks till they hatch, and he's gonna get some cages built for himself for the quail, and if that works out good, if we could be productive with them. Quail is a fast turnaround meat, and we discussed this with the restaurant, that they are going to see if they can come up with a way to incorporate the quail into dishes for the local restaurant. So all of this is kind of working together. That's the good. The bad is, unfortunately, not everyone in our growing awake community has really figured out how we need to start working together. We had some issues where, we got too many egos, dare I say. I'm not going to point fingers or anything like that, but I think you all understand that. So let me now move to, what word should we, the good, the bad, and the disgusting. Let's use that word, the disgusting. The disgusting is this. You've heard me say this in a few videos. What, buddy? Ooh, what did you see? Where'd you go? There's something moving around. My biggest concerns, as I've told you, and I say this over and over again, because I have a few new subscribers, and some of those new subscribers have not been along for the majority of our conversations over the last 5, 6, 7 years, and I kind of need to restate a few things from time to time. But my biggest concern going into the changes was not so much the big player entities, although that has changed and modified a little bit here recently due to some of the events that I've seen that are being played out against the population by the diverging sections of people. So you have some people in this mindset, and you have a few people in this mindset that think they need to be in charge of those others so they don't have to produce, and they're going to take from the producers. That's the main thing. And that the ones that are taking from the producers, that mindset is the Orwellian, I'm trying to be careful with my words. You know how horrible the is there something under there, Shadow? How horrible the restriction to Amendment 1 has been. There you go. That's a good way to say it. The First Amendment restrictions. Can you get something under there? What you got, Shadow? Get it. If it's a mouse, you better get it. And so my concerns have always been not so much the big playing entities, because when this thing all comes apart, what was it? She jolted out of there. I've never been in concern of, another country bringing massive force upon our country. Those things have not been of a worry so much. Now I am more concerned about that. It does look like that's not there's not any way to push back against that because of the division between all of us based on our little egos. However, the de-evolution of conditions in our systems are in full-on system failure as we speak. And all the guidance that I've tried to share with you, my friends, in actions to be taken and preparations to be made, and the timeline for such is all seeming to be on the schedule and timeline that I've been seeing. And to clarify and justify what kind of bird that is. Oh, that's a blue jay. Yeah, there's a blue jay up at the top. Just did a weird dance up in the branches there. Weird. And so, woo, where'd it go? It's up there. So, based on my observations, and we'll leave it at this, all actions that have been suggested to be taken should have been taken, and all of us should be prepared for the dystopic visions that we've been shown in many movies to occur within weeks, if not at any moment. And by August and September, and I know some of you have heard those dates as far as when certain unrestful situations will start to occur. I'm already seeing it. So, batten down the hatches, my friends. The disgusting is about to be in our faces in ways that a lot of us, I don't think, really comprehended. I'm not sure I even comprehend the real disgustingness of what we're going to see. I'm just glad I'm out here as far as I can be in the woods, and I do have a community that is growing very nicely. There are new people here. We're not going to get into all the aspects of it, but there are new people, and there are always community people that are growing in the local here. So we're meeting new people and whatnot. So there's good there. The ugly is we're not there as much as I'd like us to be, and the disgusting is all the warnings are now at our doorstep, and you may, for your own sanity, wish to turn off your observations on a lot of it just to keep some sanity going in your head, and your attention should be focused on production, major production. And it's better, as far as the garden is concerned, and set aside the one storm. What's the matter there, Mittens? Set aside that one storm. We did pretty good. So, looks like we're going to clear out and actually get some sun going. That's it, unfortunately, my time has been heavily consumed in managing this stuff. And, I've been hesitant to put up a whole lot of videos for two aspects. One, I am extraordinarily busy dealing with stuff out here. And for two, I want to preserve the ability to share some information if I need to without having my knees cut out from under me again. But it's been a pleasure the last few years having so many of you come along for the ride, and even though the frequency of which I connect with you is going to diminish a bit for now, probably even more so. It might be another 2-3 weeks before you hear from me again. Please, all of you know that have assisted T and I in attaining our goals and dreams, that we feel so blessed, blessed by God, blessed by you, blessed by the good that will eventually overtake and win against the evil. So please know that we really truly appreciate all of those who were generous, and I hope the generosity that T and I have given in sharing our journey, so that you could see the way things are going to have to go. And every picture is going to be slightly different, but this is the general aspect of it. You can see everything that we've done here is all surrounding food, about being able to feed yourself. That's been my motto or my mantra or whatever you want to call it for over a decade now. It was to simply grow a garden. So I love you folks. I got to go into town because the buddy that helped me with the logs, I've got to go in and do some programming of some radios. So I need to download a fresh version of Chirp, because the one I've got some reason or another isn't working properly. I don't know, with a newer B82 Baofeng. So I got to figure out why I can't get it programmed. I got to go and do that. So I figured I'd give you a little update since it's wet and damp and rainy. Well, it's quit. Figured it'd be a good opportunity to do that, and stay positive, my friends. There's a lot of reasons to not feel good, but there are a lot of reasons to feel good. And if you're on the right path, and you're willing to work for it, and you're willing to connect and share and barter and trade and teach and whatnot, I think we can get through this mostly unscathed, but we'll see how things go. And let me quick do the couple other videos on the solar pole mount and my spray concoction, because it's working really well. Y'all be blessed. T and I love you, and we appreciate all of you that have been along for the ride. You take care.